I see my future, like the simplicity of things, it just amazes me. Even simplifying the time, it's like, because I would rather spend time having conversations with you guys over breakfast about the bears in Norway and Canada, like we did for 2 hours, than to have to, like, I've got to rush and I've got to do this and I've got this obligation. You know, I think in my mind, obligations are sin. Commitments are great because those are mindfully chosen.
Yeah.
And when we say I have to do, I better do this because
it's a difference between proactive and reactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the obligations to me are when it's like I should do this, otherwise they're going to get upset with me, or I better go because I should make an appearance, and those feelings, we don't want to do it, and we obligate ourselves to do it. Or, you know, we sign up for karate lessons, and then after 6 months we don't really want to go anymore, but we paid money for it, so we should continue to go. You know, that feeling, and I think it's wrong.
Yeah,
I really do. Because it's not mindfully chosen. We're just like, we are now reacting. We're, as you said, we're having the world bounce off of us, as opposed to the other way around, which is saying, you know, make a mindful choice. I want to do this, and I have the freedom to choose this or not to do it. And so simplifying all of this stuff.
And that's creating. I get the same feeling by creating something, because it's proactive. It's you choosing, and then you create something instead of being created upon. That's not, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Affected. But interesting. My mom and my stepdad, when she was 50 years old, they had built this life of, they had the big house, the car, the boat. Actually, they bought a boat as well right before, and then they decided to sell everything, buy a car, and drive down to Africa, Zanzibar.
Oh wow, that's great.
And then they moved to Zanzibar, so we joined them, and I actually drove 6 months from Norway down to South Africa and up again to Tanzania.
Oh, wow.
And they had the same realization, or the same mindset as you heard, that is simplify, and strip it down and do what you want right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody should do what they want right now, because like I always say on my workshops and stuff, if you do something 4 days or more that you don't love to do, like really love to do, then you have to change your life.
Yeah, because what's the point of a life? Like,
and not even 4 days.
Yeah,
exactly. What's the point of a life then?
Yeah, what is the point? You know, we have this notion that if we get that car, then we'll now be happy. If we get that raise and get more money, we'll get happy. If we get that girl, we'll be happy.
Yeah,
and we go through that. Our whole life is that pattern.
Yep.
And it's never enough. I know a guy in Vancouver has a Lamborghini, and spent, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars for this thing, and he's showing to me the door, where the door closes, like the door meets the frame of the car.
Yeah.
It's not even. It kind of like tighter here and kind of like wider here.
Okay.
So his whole life was this frustration that even this, no matter how much money he throws at stuff, it still isn't
perfect. Yeah.
It's still, you know, he was so frustrated about that.
He was frustrated about his Lamborghini.
Yeah, because it's, for that money, it should be like a perfect,
you
know. And you go look at any other car, like a cheap little car over here, and it's like a nice line, right?
He should work harder.
He should push himself.
Push himself more.
You know, he was never satisfied, never happy, because nothing was ever what he expected it to be, and so he'd go try and get the next thing.
We hear that all the time in when we work with guys. It's, if, like, earlier today we heard it, if I just can have my if I can just get up early in the morning, everything else will be handled.
Work out.
Yeah, of course. If I can start to discipline myself
get
to do
all
that,
the girls, I will be happy. Or
right.
We hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to help someone realize that the girls, or the getting up early, or whatever, the lifestyle, the things, is an effect of you actually mastering the life first and being
well, that's
proactive.
exactly what you said. To do it now, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Then those things fall from the sky for you. It's like we think we have to do this first and then this first and then. But you have to do the then first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but it's some people...
True.
Yeah.
It's so true, yet it's I understand that it's so hard to grasp.
Hard to do.
You know? And also the illusion that you have to do all this stuff first, that you have to have the money, you have to...
Yeah.
Because it's an illusion that what do you call it? It overflows the whole of society. Yeah. Everybody has that mentality, and you get that...
We're educated that way.
Yeah, exactly. We're educated into that system.
Right.
So... For someone to break out of that, they have to face a lot of resistance. Yeah. I can imagine, like, because that happened with you at some point. You know, you went out of the forest.
Yes.
You know, you said goodbye to all the bears. you came into the real world, and you did this corporate thing. And then you even became a vice president or something like that. You know, advisor or something big within the corporate world. What happened? You know, what?
You know, I'll tell you. I used to go into the president's office because it was a Japanese-owned company that was in charge, and the Japanese told me, my office was right next to the president's, and they told me that basically they were grooming me to be the next president of the company when he retired. And so I was like in every meeting, I was in every high-level decision, I was like basically right there. And I used to go into the president's office, and you know, president, like everyone's like, you know, that's the president. You know. I used to go in his office and kick the door shut and sit in a chair, and I'd look at him and say, I would say, do you ever get tired of it? I would ask him, like, I'd talk to him for an hour or 2 hours, like, do you ever get tired of it? You're the president of this company, do you? And I would ask him, I say, what, you have this big